What's going on, y'all? This is OBB, the Diecast News Guy, and welcome everybody to a very special IndyCar Diecast review. By special, I mean that this Diecast review is going to be, let's just say it's going to be one of the most anticipated Diecast reviews that we got out on the market for the 2021 IndyCar Series. And yeah, this one is a really cool purchase that I picked up from one of my local diecast dealers known as GP Diecast. Check them out. There is, the card and all that wonderful information. That's the variety of stuff they got. Always up supporting my local diecast dealers. But for anybody who is new to collecting IndyCars, then this is probably the video for you guys because, oh man, I definitely expect a lot of new fans, coming on board with this. Considering that the guy I'm about to show you is a guy who is that we are all quite familiar with from the NASCAR Cup Series. This is Jimmie Johnson's 2021 Carvana, or Carvana, however you want to say it, but I'm going to say how, I properly pronounce it, Carvana, Honda for Chip Ganassi Racing. This is just, I mean, if you told me in a million years that Jimmie Johnson would be in the IndyCar Series, I'd be like, you're out of your damn mind. But right off the bat, I mean, there is something that is inaccurate about this car, and we'll probably get into that in a second, because, there's definitely a lot of stuff you guys want to. I mean, this channel is gonna be this video is gonna be very bare bones to all the new IndyCar collectors out there. Because I know, I mean, heck, I was one of them in 2013, and then here I am, collecting every single IndyCar diecast from then. But anyways, let's go and kick this bad boy off, and let's take a close look at the Jimmie Johnson 2021 Carvana IndyCar. Alrighty, guys, so we got this diecast out of its box, and I know the one thing that's already kind of standing out, and, for anybody who's not new to who's new to, doing the IndyCars and collecting them, yeah, this is on the Speedway configuration, which is ran at the ovals, but if any of you guys are quite well aware that Jimmie Johnson is not running the ovals for his I guess you could say rookie season, but we all know who the rookie is going to be, compared to Romain Grosjean, who's also doing the same thing as Johnson, just running on the road courses and street circuits, and Scott McLaughlin, which, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, it seems like he is definitely going to be a rookie this year since he's the only rookie that's running full time. Yeah, Jimmie Johnson, so yeah, technically this car is inaccurate. He did not run the Indy 500 this year, and he did not run any oval races at all. But the reason why Greenlight Collectibles uses the Speedway aero kit is just because it's just the most commonly used mold that they use, and more importantly, the Indy 500. The Indy 500 is just such a big market that those are the types of cars that they run for the Indy 500, and I'm guessing the people at Greenlight just said, hey, we're going to make all the diecasts look like that, which, it's been like that for quite a while, but the 1/18 scale versions, which are basically the 1/24 scales, if you are like a NASCAR collector, they're just a lot more bigger. The 1/18 scale versions actually have the road course aero kits, which if those get good feedback, I got a feeling we're going to get them for the 164s down the road. So yeah, Greenlight Collectibles has their inconsistencies, but quality control is pretty good, and I believe they are still $10 if I'm not mistaken. So, and they've always had rubber tires and metal chassis. But just another really cool thing I like about this, guys, and we've had the Rahal Letterman landing cars and the Errol Schmidt cars had this too before they went to before they rebranded as McLaren. The half-colored rims, I like how it's yellow. That is really nice. And you know what, man? This Carvana scheme, I wasn't really a big fan of. And by the way, actually, there's a term that we use when we call paint schemes in Indy cars. We call it liveries. That's how, the F1 guys call it too. So once in a while, I'll call it a livery or a paint scheme. But, that's just my little terminology. I know there are a lot of people out there that are like, you gotta say the right term. But hey, I'm an IndyCar and a NASCAR fan, so I could probably mix both just like that. But yeah, I mean, it is a pretty bare bones basic layout of a livery. But let me tell you what, guys, the colors really do stand out, guys. We got like a dandelion yellow right here, and then we got like a dark navy blue, and then we got this nice like a nice teal or turquoise blue or something like that. I don't know, I ain't no damn artist, but I can tell you what, man, these colors really do stand out. And you know what, blue and yellow definitely remind me of Jimmie Johnson quite a lot, guys. It's just missing probably, I don't know, like, and we got the, I don't know, the, if Lowe's was to ever to come back if Lowe's was ever to come back, I mean, this would probably, the best way possible. I mean, I'm kind of glad that they added, the yellow 48. I know it's not day glow, but you know what, man, this definitely feels like a Jimmie Johnson car. And I don't know, man. It's just really cool. I mean, but I will say the 1/18 scale version, I did saw that in person when I was at my local diecast dealer, 07 Collectibles, and the roll course aero kit just looks so much better on this. I mean, in terms of accuracy. But like I said, Greenlight Collectibles, we do got some quality issues right here where the aero screen is. I mean, usually it's just plastic, but hopefully later down the road they will, I don't know, clean up their act on that stuff. I mean, and it looks like part of the paint chip already came off and it's on my glove. Ooh, that's diecast murder season right there. But look at that, guys. Even the under tray is blue. That's a nice detail right there. I really do like that a lot. I mean, Greenlight Collectibles really has a nice has very nice fine details in these perfectly scaled diecast molds. And look at this, guys. Even on the bottom, we got ourselves a DIN number. But now, time to talk about the man, the myth, the legend. Well, not really a myth, but you know what I mean. Jimmie Johnson. Oh, man. I mean, he hasn't really done much in IndyCar. I mean, considering, his average finish has been like 23rd or so. But I will give him credit. He has finished every race that he has completed in, except for, I think, the first Belle Isle race at Detroit. Belle Isle, Detroit, whatever you want to call it. I think he had like a throttle issue, I think. But other than that, he has maintained to finish a race. I wouldn't say he finished on the lead lap, but heck, I mean, his best finish, man, was actually at the season opener at Barber. So, and ironically, all of his other teammates have at least scored one victory, except for Alex Palou, the rookie sensation well, not rookie, but you know what I mean. His rookie year with Chip Ganassi, and he is just kicking ass, dude. He's still your current points leader. Meanwhile, Jimmie Johnson is sitting 28th in the points, which, is not something to brag about, considering, for full time, for like well, he's only running part time, but the 48 is a full time ride. Tony Kanaan, he is driving the ovals and the short circuits, but I don't think there's any short circuits on the calendar as far as I know. There was, but Iowa and Richmond decided, hey, we're not going to return this year, which is pretty much a big damn downer. But yeah, and also his other teammates, like I said, Scott Dixon was able to grab a win. I think one of the Texas races, and the other Detroit race was won by freaking Marcus Ericsson. So it has been a stellar year for Chip Ganassi Racing, and I definitely do think that those guys, it has with NASCAR too, with Kurt Busch, winning that race, winning that Atlanta race, the last well-known Atlanta race that we're gonna have. But yeah, I mean, I think Chip Ganassi Racing is off to a good success, and who knows, guys? I'm hearing rumors now, since we know that Chip Ganassi Racing is, both their cars are going to be sold to Trackhouse for next year. That means there could be a lot more money invested into the IndyCar team, which means, I think my good buddy Dave Land has already mentioned this, that we could see Jimmie Johnson might do a full-time season next year. He says he's starting to get a lot more comfortable with ovals. I think he could do more oval testing, I think, coming up very soon. He says if it goes well, guess what? We're going to see Jimmie Johnson run the Indy 500 next year, which I know a lot of my good buddies who are big Jimmie Johnson fans, you know who you are. They are definitely going to must attend that, guys, because Indy 500 is something else. But I would love to see that, guys. It's always great to have like a nice, motorsports star come into the picture to run the Indy 500. It was cool when Danica, came back and Kurt Busch did it. Jimmie Johnson, man, that'd be really cool to see. Especially when I heard the rumors as well on Twitter that Trackhouse is even interested in doing Indy 500 rides. So things are looking quite interesting for next year's Indy 500, guys. But Jimmie Johnson, man, I really got to give this guy some credit. I mean, he's not capable. I mean, he is capable in winning he is in race winning equipment. I just think there's a lot of, I don't know. I just think this guy's just having the time of his life. He's trying something out new, and he's not letting age get to him. I mean, I understand he is pretty slow and, kind of embarrassing, to be honest with you guys, like embarrassingly slow. But let me tell you what, man, Jimmie Johnson's just going out there, and he's just glad to be in a race car and something different. I will give him credit. I mean, you're looking at a guy who was not a big Jimmie Johnson fan, and little do I know that I end up meeting this son of a bitch at the 6 hours at Watkins Glen. I'm there with me and my good buddy Brandon, Blue Jimmie fan, 48, and yeah, we were just sitting there outside the pits at one of his pit stalls, and he just came up and signed, dude, like right at the last minute. It was so cool, and my God, there's one thing I just learned about Jimmie Johnson, guys, and you know what, guys? With all the amount of success that this guy has in NASCAR, you would think he would develop an ego like, I don't know, let's say like another 7-time champion like Lewis Hamilton or something like that. You think he's hot shit and all that. But dude, when I met Jimmie Johnson, and every time I hear him in his interviews, especially his last one in NASCAR, he just came off as so humble, man. I mean, just so humble, and I take back everything I said, guys, when Jimmie Johnson was in his dominant days, because to be honest with you guys, I was just a little kid, and I was just tired of seeing Jimmie Johnson winning all the time. I mean, that's why I kind of, quote-unquote hated him. But let me tell you what, guys. I'm glad Jimmie Johnson is just going out and just having a ball and just doing whatever he wants to do. Running, the IMSA series with Cadillac and his sponsor Ally as well. That's pretty damn cool. And they're coming out here, and heck, even in the Carvana commercials, he looks like he's having a good time. I know it's probably all scripted, but just never thought I'd be pleased to see Jimmie Johnson doing a Carvana infomercial. I mean, if you haven't seen those commercials already, I mean, go and check them out because those things are cool. But we will be getting another Carvana scheme coming out very soon. I believe it's called like the Blue Ice car that he ran at the first Indy GP race, or the Grand Prix of Indianapolis. But yeah, feel free to comment below what you guys think about this paint scheme, guys. And just, I don't know. I mean, even though technically this card's inaccurate, I'll let green light go on a limb on this. This is definitely going to be a must get for sure. I mean, I think it's going to dry up pretty quick, like the Fernando Alonso car and all the other diecasts that have came out previously. This one right here, especially if this guy ends up running the Indy 500 next year, oh, you bet your sweet ass. You better get this car, and you better get the Blue Ice car when that comes out too. I don't know if they are at that. If he is running another livery at Nashville. It's like like an all white car. It's like white and blue. So I don't know. Maybe they will do that. I mean, I really like the fan votes that they're doing for Carvana to allow the fans to to represent what the next scheme should look like, and that's pretty cool. But I think Chip Ganassi just threw this one together, and it looks, it's not the best looking car, but it really does stand out, and I do like it a lot. But yeah, definitely a solid recommend for all my for all the Jimmie Johnson fans out there. A lot of my good buddies are Johnson fans, so this diecast review goes out to all you guys down in the Discord and such. But anyways, guys, this is going to wrap up the INDYCAR diecast review. It's a little more longer than usual, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, like I said, if you guys are new to this channel and you guys are enjoying this different type of diecast review than any other ones that you see on YouTube, then heck, go and give me a subscribe today. All right, give me that sub, and I'll provide you guys some more entertaining content down the road. As this has been OBB, the Diecast News Guy. This has been Jimmie Johnson, 2021 Carvana Honda for Chip Ganassi Racing for the NTT IndyCar Series. And I will catch you guys next time on another IndyCar Diecast review.